Today we have a global remote job that does not require any experience. This is an entry-level job, so stick around to the end of the video and we'll show you how to apply to this position. You are going to be working in the Americas and EMEA time zones. The Americas are just North America and South America, and then also EMEA is going to be mostly all the European area countries. So again, you can be located anywhere in the world. These are just the time zones that you would be working in. Okay, so moving on, again, they are looking for an associate community specialist, and I'll let you guys go ahead and read through this description, but essentially what they are doing is this is an entry-level role. So if you are someone that doesn't have a ton of experience, or you just want to switch career paths, or you're looking for a foot in the door at a great company, this is a really great opportunity for you. The reason being, this position, they're going to give you a bunch of different kinds of projects and tasks to work on, and after a couple of years in this position, you'll be able to choose, okay, which career path did I like the most, and focus on that and go down that career path. So for example, you might be working on some marketing projects, you might be working on some contract projects, you might be working on some sales operations projects, and so on. And then after a year or two, you'll decide what path you want to go down and move on from there. Okay, and furthermore, just a little bit about Zapier. Essentially what they do, I use Zapier all the time in my previous jobs in sales ops and sales enablement. We use this a ton to automate a bunch of processes. Basically what Zapier does is it enables people who can't code to complete projects that they need to without having to actually code. Salary expectations go, we couldn't find much in particular about this specific position. However, at Zapier, it looks like community managers make about $80,000 to $90,000 per year, and a community strategist makes about $150,000 to $160,000. These are in US dollars, so we might estimate that you would probably be at about between $40,000 to $60,000 starting off in this associate community specialist role with Zapier. Again, that can vary pretty greatly, being that this is a global remote position. Number one, always make sure that you create a brand new resume for every position that you apply to. The reason for that is when you apply to these companies through the websites, they are going to use something called an ATS system. And essentially what it does is it screens candidates' resumes and applications that they send in. It picks up on specific keywords that you put in your resume, and from there it will grade candidates and move you up in the rankings to interview or down in the rankings to interview. So for example, if you're using the same resume to apply to a variety of different jobs, your keywords are probably not going to match. So what you want to do is you want to look through this job description, look for certain keywords that they're looking for. You'll typically find these in the requirements and qualifications, and you want to insert some of these words and examples of how you perform them in your resume. So for example here, we see they want you to be someone who is ready to learn, a great learner. They want you to be an excellent communicator, verbally and written. So sidebar, side note, they want you to send in a cover letter as well. Make sure that you're able to read and write effectively. So definitely for this position, send in a cover letter as well. But going back to actually the actual application and your resume, make sure to include things on your resume that you see in here and that you can actually tie into things that you've done in the past. And again, here we like to say, don't just list your responsibilities in your resume. Explain how well you performed your responsibilities. So here, we might see that you're ready to learn. The way that you would translate this, you wouldn't put in your resume that I'm a great learner. You would say that we implemented some new software at my company. I adapted it very quickly and became the subject matter expert and took over all the training for my entire business unit, right? That would be an example of something that you actually did that exemplifies how quickly you learn and your hunger for learning more, right? So examples like that will definitely improve your ranking in your resume and give people actual examples so that they can digest how well you're going to do in the future as well. All right. Now from there, again, we said that you want to include a cover letter. Definitely use the description to your advantage as well. They're telling you what they want. And more than that, definitely head over to their website. You should be doing research on any company that you apply to. Try to get a feel on what they're actually doing especially for the cover letter. If they're working on specific projects or things like that, you might have experience in projects that they're working on, and then you can also tie that into your cover letter. The next thing that you can do too, over to remoteprofessionalnetwork.com. The Associate Community Specialist position should be the first for you, but if it's not, just scroll down a little bit. It'll be one of the top jobs here highlighted in yellow. Go ahead and click on this position. Once you actually get in here, again, read through the job description first as well before you go ahead and click apply. See what Zapier is about, and then actually go into the apply for this position. Or you can save it if you create a profile on remoteprofessionalnetwork.com. You can also save jobs if you want. Feel free to apply for this position.